Hello everyone, welcome to KK Human Anatomy and Physiology videos, a platform where you will get interesting facts about human anatomy and physiology. Let's reveal interesting topic about our body today. In this video, we are going to talk about the composition of blood. Have you ever thought what makes our blood so precious for life, or what it contains that makes it very much crucial for humans? I will give you answers of these questions in a simple way. What is blood? Blood is a fluid connective tissue that transports oxygen and nutrients to the cells and carries away carbon dioxide and other waste products. Blood is called fluid because it contains liquid component called plasma, and it is called tissue because it is a collection of similar specialized cells. Science that deals with the study of blood, blood forming organs and blood diseases is called hematology. Now let's see the composition of blood. Blood consists of two main components. They are plasma, which is liquid component of blood about 55%, and the second is formed elements, which contribute around 45%. These formed elements means blood cells are suspended in liquid plasma. Plasma consists of 90 to 92% of water, and the remaining 10 to 8% includes ions like sodium, which is abundant iron, bicarbonate, potassium, calcium, phosphate, sulfate, and magnesium ions. Proteins. There are three types of proteins. They are albumin, globulins, and fibrinogen. Albumin helps to maintain the colloid osmotic pressure of the blood. Globulins are nothing but antibodies that help to protect our body from various diseases. And the fibrinogen is important for blood clotting, the process called blood coagulation. Dissolved gases such as dissolved oxygen and carbon dioxide in small amounts, as well as significant amount of nitrogen. Nutrient molecules such as glucose, fats, amino acids, minerals, and vitamins. Nitrogenous waste compounds such as urea is produced by the breakdown of various substances in the body. These are carried in the plasma to the kidneys to be excreted. On the other hand, formed elements includes three types of blood cells. They are red blood cells, means RBCs, also called as erythrocytes. Erythrocytes distribute oxygen from the lungs to all the other parts throughout the whole organism. The second type of blood cells are white blood cells, means WBCs, also called leukocytes. Leukocytes are responsible for attacking any infectious cells, sustaining the optimal performance of the whole immune system. And platelets, also called as thrombocytes. Thrombocytes helps in blood clotting. Red blood cells make up around 45% of blood volume. White blood cells make up about 1% and platelets less than 1% of blood volume. I have made a video about types of blood cells and their functions. You will find its link in the description below. Now see, we can separate these components of whole blood. In order to separate its components, a specific procedure is used which is called blood fractionation. Blood fractionation is a process of fractionating whole blood, means separating it into its components. In this process, blood is normally collected in tube. Blood component fractionation is based on centrifugation and flash freezing technology. Red blood cells, means erythrocytes, precipitate to the bottom of the tube because they have more density. There is a buffy coat in the middle that contains WBCs and platelets, and yellowish plasma occupies the top part because it has the lowest density. Did you know why we use blood fractionation process? Analyzing the components of blood is a key diagnostic step in the detection of diseases, and accurate separation of plasma from blood cells plays a crucial role. Now let's see the functions of blood. Blood is vitally important fluid for the body. It is thicker than water and feels a bit sticky. The temperature of blood in the body is 38 degrees Celsius, which is about 1 degree higher than the body temperature, which is 37 degrees Celsius. Transportation is one of the most important functions of blood. It transports oxygen from the lungs to the cells of the body, where it is needed for metabolism. Although oxygen dissolves in blood, only a small amount of oxygen is transported this way. Only 1.5% of oxygen in the blood is dissolved directly into the blood itself. Most oxygen, about 98.5%, is bound to a protein called hemoglobin in red blood cells and carried to the tissues. Carbon dioxide formed during metabolism is also carried by the blood to lungs where it is then exhaled out. In addition to transporting gases, it also provides nutrients from the digestive tract and storage sites to the rest of the body, hormones from the glands in which they are produced to their target cells, waste products to be detoxified or removed by the liver and kidneys. Blood also regulates body temperature. The second important function is regulation. It maintains body temperature. This is done both through the liquid part of the blood, that is plasma, which can absorb or give off heat, as well as through the speed at which the blood is flowing. It also regulates pH by interacting with acids and bases. A constant pH value is very important for things in the body to function properly. The third important function is protection. White blood cells and certain chemical messengers in blood play an important role in the immune system. They destroy invading microorganisms and cancerous cells. Antibodies in plasma and other proteins destroy pathogenic substances. Platelet factors initiate blood clotting and help minimize blood loss. Here comes the summary of our lecture. We come to know importance of blood. Blood is vitally important fluid for the body and it is thicker than water and feels a bit sticky. Blood is a fluid connective tissue that transports oxygen and nutrients to the cells and carries away carbon dioxide and other waste products. The amount of blood you have depends mostly on your size and weight. Blood is composed of 55% of plasma and 45% of formed elements. Blood cells are suspended in liquid plasma. Plasma consists of water, ions, proteins, dissolved gases, nutrient molecules, and nitrogenous wastes. And formed elements are nothing but blood cells. There are three types of blood cells. They are red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. We can separate these components, and the process of separation of these components is called blood fractionation. Then we have also discussed functions of blood. Blood helps in transport of dissolved gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, and also transport of nutrients, hormones, and waste products. It also regulates pH and temperature of body. Blood cells like leukocytes give protection against pathogenic microorganisms, and platelets helps in blood clotting and prevent excessive blood loss. Now let's see some facts about blood. See, not every animal has red blood. Spiders, lobsters, and snails have blue blood due to the presence of the protein hemocyanin, which contains copper. Nearly 8% of the body weight of human is made up of blood. Donated red blood cells cannot be stored for more than 42 days. Donated platelets cannot be stored for more than 5 days. Donated blood plasma can be stored for 1 year in frozen condition. Our kidney filter 200 liters of blood every 24 hours. Their main job is to cleanse the blood of toxins and transform the waste into urine. The average heart beats 1 lakh times and pumps about 6,000 to 7,500 liters of blood daily. In a 70-year lifetime, an average human heart beats more than 2.5 billion times. The only place where blood cannot be found in human body is the cornea, because cornea is capable of directly extracting oxygen from air. Only the red blood cells in our blood are responsible for carrying oxygen. Nearly 2 million red blood cells are produced in bone marrow every 1 second so that they can replace the dead cells. Blood pressure is actually the pressure exerted by blood on blood vessel walls. BP is a vital sign of life. William Harvey was the first person to describe blood circulation in 1628. Blood can become dark greenish black in color. This usually happens because of a type of migraine medication. Surgeons operating on a 42-year-old Canadian man got a shock when they discovered dark green blood through his arteries. Medical team immediately sent his blood for analysis. The test revealed the blood discoloration was caused by sulfahemoglobinemia, which occurs when a sulfur atom gets incorporated into the oxygen carrying hemoglobin in blood. Sulfahemoglobinemia is a rare condition in which there is excess sulfahemoglobin in the blood. The pigment is greenish derivative of hemoglobin which cannot be converted back to normal functional hemoglobin. Hope you understood well. In my next upcoming video, I will give you other interesting anatomy and physiological facts of human body. If you like this video, then subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. Do like, comment and share this video. For more updates, join the forum and group and visit my Facebook page. For more information, I have provided the link in description below. Have a happy learning.